What's up? I'm Alise and this is Tarot, where tarot isn't just guidance, it's also exploration. And here on this channel we dive into fantasy worlds, mythic timelines, and story-based readings you generally can't find anywhere else. However, this reading today is a simple pick a card voiceover reading titled Your Enemy's Karma This Week. So for this pick a card reading, each pile is meant to represent one specific person you consider an enemy in your life. Someone who has conflict or caused conflict in your life, carries a hostile energy toward you, someone you beef with, you don't mess with. So in each pile, we'll explore what kind of karmic experience or negative situation this enemy of yours may encounter within 7 days of you viewing this reading. Now remember, tarot reads energy, not fixed fate. Nothing here is completely set in stone, and while we're looking at the next week, the timeline may play out a little differently depending on the situation. This is a general reading. And just to be clear, the reading isn't about harshly judging a bunch of random people I don't know and I've never met. This is simply an intuitive exploration of possible energies and outcomes. And it's meant for entertainment purposes only. So if you have someone in mind, take a moment to focus on that person, choose your pile, and we'll get into what the cards reveal. All right, pile one. So for your reading, we have the following cards: the Retail Therapy Guru, Page of Cups, Meme Lord, and the Pin Tea Leaf. So within the next 7 days, here's what I'm getting regarding the karma this person may receive. This enemy may receive a really sweet message or an offer from someone for like a job opportunity, but it's a whole scam. This person bringing the offer may be younger than them, but their kind words and gestures hide their true personality. The Page of Cups in the Rainbow Tarot here looks a little mischievous to me, so I believe whoever this page or water sign person is, they may use people's projections of naivety onto them to their advantage. This person may be stylish or dress frilly. Maybe they love pinks and pastels, or they dress in a seemingly innocent or pure aesthetic. Maybe they prefer like coquette fashion, or I don't know, cottagecore. That's something that's coming to mind. It feels like this person may reach out to them via social media. They could pretend to be an influencer this enemy follows or a real person. And this enemy will feel like whatever's being offered to them is their dream come true. It's their ticket to financial stability, This enemy of yours may really like fashion themselves and have a bad overconsumption / shopping habit. So in their mind, when they get this opportunity, they are instantly going to think about all the crap they can buy, with the money they'll earn. They'll think about the trips they can take, the new clothing haul they've saved on, their little Pinterest board they made, or maybe even expensive appliances, or even like artwork or something they want, collectibles, However, this is going to be their downfall. They'll be focused so much on the reward or the bag that they won't realize they foolishly made an emotional choice until it's way too late. They'll realize they didn't look at what was directly in front of them in this situation. The Page of Cups is offering a cup, but there's a fish in it. There's always a fish in the cup. Why is this enemy not asking where the fish came from? Why is it there? Until they realize that the slippery, stinky, ugly fish is there, they're not going to notice it for what it is, which is their actual prize. Funnily enough, while this enemy is drooling for this opportunity, thinking they're going to go on some like shopping spree or make enough money for a down payment on a new house or car, if the rewards are that big, it's the page here who has the same sentiment, with your enemy being, the sucker in this gimmick. They'll use them to have set rewards for themselves. Ultimately, your enemy is just going to get scammed. Now, here are some examples of the scenario that can happen here, because what I will say is that with the Meme Lord card, some of these people will receive or find this offer online. And I think this card is showing us that some are dumb enough to believe information they get, even through something as simple as a meme or an AI advertisement, or just someone pedestalized online because of their brand identity or following, but who lacks true knowledge and authority as well. So let me go down the list of examples I got for this energy. So example 1, your enemy, let's say, receives a job offer for a remote position from a fake Indeed or ZipRecruiter company. The pay is high despite them clearly being unqualified. Benefits look real good on paper, and they get offered the job without an interview, like same day. And excited, they say, yeah, but the company says before they start, they need your enemy to purchase the right equipment through a link on their site or something. But not to worry, because they'll get it reimbursed. They'll get a little check back in the mail, or they'll get their money back in their first paycheck on, payroll. Like the dummy they are, they spend their rent money on this equipment and they never hear from the company again. Now they're unemployed and about to get evicted. Literally, I have an ex-sister-in-law who fell for something like this. So this is a real scam out there. Example 2, they see some influencer they follow promote some crypto scheme, expensive course, or multi-level marketing scheme, and they truly believe they can get a good, consistent bag off of that. And instead, they get rug pulled, gouged in downline fees, or don't even receive access to the crappy little course. Again, they lose money. Example 3 I got here is your enemy may end up getting influenced to buy some really stupid, expensive, quote, luxury, unquote, item that's not the work. It's basically not worth the packaging it'll arrive in. They may think it's an asset that could bring generational wealth, if not a return on investment upon resale. And instead, it's proven to be worthless and the trend itself is exposed. Regardless of what situation they experience, it's likely they aren't the first person to fall for this kind of scheme or make this dumb decision. And again, we have the Page of Cups here. So we're talking about emotional energy. Even in the situation, this person could get pulled in by someone who flirts with them, someone they are attracted to or have a crush on, They're honestly, even in this situation, maybe a little pocket of the internet that actually laughs at people like them for making such a blatantly ignorant choice. Memes will get made and people will temporarily band together in someone's comment section to kiki about it. And what I'm talking about is, how many videos have we stumbled across online, especially on platforms like TikTok, and you see someone doing a part 1, 2, 3, and 4 of how this lady scammed me or this thing happened, and honestly don't even need a part 5 or 10. They're just trying to get another bag. But how many times have people seen stuff like that and it's clear that person lacks they have half a gnat's brain clearly with their choices, and people just clown them in the comments. So they might even experience something like that. If not, they'd probably see other people expose a similar scheme that they fell for, and they still see people clowning others in the comment section or something, and they just kind of quietly scroll by because they know that they're a clown. So again, in the next 7 days, your enemy may be naive enough to fall for some scheme online that will make them lose money, all because they wanted to purchase something expensive, appear to have a certain lifestyle, or to actually afford one of luxury and wealth. And this could possibly be coming from someone they have an emotional affinity to, whether that's romantic or they just pedestalize this person because of how they look and dress and act, or maybe even their following. But they'll just end up broker than before and poked at online with memes. People are going to clown them in the comments. Real quick, because I wanted to know what this person did to you to become your enemy. And okay, so I drew some cards, and I got Ace of Cups reversed and 5 of Wands reversed. And I don't know, I feel like it feels like one of this person feels like one of them hoes that was in that girl's comment section on that one TikTok that just went viral. The girl who made the TikTok confessing she was like mad jealous of her friend, and the friend had things she had never worked for. She'd never seen a hard day in her life or something like that. And some people in the comments really try to normalize envy and jealousy. Yeah, like this person reminds me of someone like that. You actually could have this person blocked right now, actually, or at least you pulled back your energy from them. But it feels like this person has been and will forever be in competition with you, whether that's like blatant and expressed or it's just like a silent competition, especially when it comes to material things. I think this person wants to achieve a certain lifestyle or ambition, like I said before, and they just haven't gotten far. And the thing is, for you, most of you, pile one, I'm just being honest here, I don't think you've achieved entirely what they're competing for yet as well. But, in their eyes, you have a lot more. And that could be very well true. If we're thinking it in tens here, right? If one is the beginning, 10's the end, and minor arcana scales, this person thinks that you are at like an 8, when let's say you're at like a 5 or a 6 right now, and they're still at 2, maybe even just still 1. In their eyes, you have a lot more. But for some, this is an actual issue regarding like wealth, status, and career. So for a lot of you, it's just like your energy too. You're naturally valued, I think, by others and naturally pedestalized because of your vibration. And this person or enemy wants to be perceived that way as well. Maybe before you guys were friends or lovers, but you caught on that they could have tried to like destiny swap or take what you have from you. But, y'all must have had like a major breakdown or argument because maybe someone canceled plans. I'm kind of getting that on somebody, or maybe that was like the last straw. And whether or not they did it then or not, I do get this energy of them wanting to attack you, especially what you have now. Some of them may actually want to fight you. The thing is, I don't even think y'all are abrasive like that. But oh my God, like they hate you for real. They do. Either way, this is why they're your enemy. Don't get in no fights, pile one, because this person feels a little crazy. A little bit. But I don't know. Maybe you'll see something in the meantime. Probably not. People keep financial problems a secret. And who knows too, this person could be scamming themselves. I highly doubt that, but I really think that ultimately there's going to be some negative karma regarding or revolving around them trying to get a new job, a money opportunity, or something, especially to feed a lifestyle or to give them access to one, and they're gonna be ass out. So let me know in the comments what's up. Bye, pile one. All right, what's up, pile 2? For your reading, we have the Social Battery Drain card, Page of Cups reversed. Interesting because pile 1 got Page of Cups but upright. And then we also have the Human GPS and the Pig Tea Leaf. So to me, this energy is fairly obvious. I think this person, this enemy of yours, is going to get devoured by an energy vampire, if not a group of them. Funnily enough, this energy matches the image of your pile. All these ghoulish hands are reaching for this woman here. She's clearly battered, and yet she stands at the center as though her service is an act of virtue, with the flower in her hand. Yet the petals have fallen away, symbolizing her loss and fragility in my eyes. And a few of the hands have knives pointed at her, symbolizing that she feels she has no choice. It's very threatening, needy, and just like the pig tea leaf, greedy here. But this will be your enemy within the next 7 days of you listening to this, reviewing this. They're going to be utterly depleted by the greed and demands of those they have, either made deals with or feel responsible for. If they have a child, they have a superficial and spoiled ass child. And probably an ugly one too. This child is immature. They can't regulate their emotions. Every moment with them is a power struggle because of their entitlement. A fictional character that comes to mind, and this is a perfect example, Eric Cartman from South Park. I love South Park. Shout out in the comments if y'all watch South Park. Eric's mom, is it Luann? Eric's mom is a complete enabler, bro. One episode, Eric sat her down and demanded she put in more effort financially because she wasn't making enough money. And she admitted she was already working like 7 jobs. And Eric wasn't having it, bro. Like, he told her he wouldn't accept excuses. It took fucking Caesar Milan, the dog whisperer, after a multitude of traumatized nannies to actually check Eric Cartman, bro. And that might be their child. That might be their child. Like, he literally, and all he wanted was an iPad. And then he went into the store and pretty much tried to convince everybody that she was a child predator. Like, that's just because she couldn't afford the iPad. She wanted to give him the Toshiba handy book, and he said, F that. So, if, just crazy. If your enemy doesn't have a kid, though, this Page of Cups reverse could also represent a lover in their life. They could be supporting a Dusty right now. And while they're juggling the demands of their bosses, their coworkers, the dysfunctional family, bills, and external events outside of their control, they have to come home after working like 2 double shifts, minimum wage, to see a Dusty in the same spot they left them that morning on that damn PlayStation. Couldn't even unload the dishwasher, child. Couldn't even do that. And the thing is that this person has placed themselves in this position. It's all their fault. This person could be a Virgo or just an earth sign in general, but it's giving, and I'm not an astrologer, but it does give unevolved Virgo energy. But with the human GPS card, they could be a natural problem solver. However, they have ignored their own vulnerabilities and emotional boundaries to serve others without any reward. So basically, they haven't learned to say no, at least, where it matters. So within the next 7 days, they could be bombarded by problems others can easily solve themselves, but because they're the office or family slave, people don't give a crap. They're not going to handle their own problems. They're just going to hand them off to this person. And honestly, they could get so stressed like this week or within the next 7 days that they actually get lost and their car battery dies too suddenly. With all the red in the social battery drain card, they may actually like have a health scare because of this, like with their blood pressure or cardiovascular health. They may pass out somewhere and wake up disoriented. Now, I'm not going to relish in someone, I don't know, health declining, but as the reader here, I just have to reiterate that this was completely avoidable. They took care of themselves and they stopped being a doormat in a way. I feel like for some of these people, they truly want everyone to see them as the go-to person in whatever job they work or environment they occupy. Like, have you ever met someone like that? Other than this person, there are genuinely people who can't stand the idea of not being needed or looked to as the quote leader unquote of the group. So they gatekeep tasks and responsibilities. They're the ones that'll say, I'll handle it, I'll take care of it, like, just don't even think about it, like, just let me, I'll figure it out, with that annoying ass sigh, over the littlest things that can be easily delegated. And whether or not they want a reason to complain, because a lot of them do, I think you intuitively know that they don't want to share the label as the person everyone can rely on. It just, like, this is something that it's giving management. Like, this is something that happens in management a lot, Anyway, this person is honestly just being fed upon. And they know they need better mental health and boundaries, but they're more concerned with appearing virtuous. So they're going to ignore their body, ignore their mind, and end up completely drained, unable to move, unable to think, and they'll end up dropping the balls they were already juggling for recognition anyway. So, and to put the cherry on top, the people in places demanding so much of them won't have empathy because they've built a codependent and entitled relationship with your enemy. So it's giving, the person, again, everyone just dumps all their crap on them. They don't think twice about it. At this point, it's expected. And that person is just chugging along, and then they start breaking down, smoke coming out of their ears and ass, and they're, breaking down and almost on to the brink of death. And then when they finally pass out, and they come to, everybody's looking around at them like, the fuck are you laying on the ground for? Get back to work, So yeah, I think that's exactly what's probably going to happen in the next 7 days. Of course, give or take. You can't always exactly predict timing in tarot, but I did want to know, because I was nosy with pile 1, so I'm just going to do with everybody else. So, like, I wanted to know why bury your enemy. And real quick, I got 5 of Pentacles reversed and 3 of Pentacles. This could be someone from your workplace or school. I could be wrong, but it feels like this person is a workplace rival for a lot of you. Wherever you know them from, I feel in that environment, they may believe you don't work as hard. You haven't suffered long enough or sacrificed enough to get where you are. You can still be learning some things or training for a new position, but you have already proven to be reliable and have good ideas. Like, if you had to work on the same team, people give you a lot of attention because, you probably dress well too, and you probably look better than everybody else. The office baddie, but your opinions and ideas have value. And yet this person feels like it could just be like your looks and your youth that have given you opportunity, gotten you to where you are. And now that I think about it, it just came to mind for sure. Just popped in, like, somebody probably says something about you, exchanging favors, if you know what I mean. I do think this person, they talk shit. They talked a little shit, but I think they mostly try to make your life harder. Yeah, I don't know. See, that thing, they stare at the back of your head a lot too. If you see them and work with this person, like, in the same vicinity or on a daily basis, they stare at the back of your head a lot. They try to burn a hole in the back of your head. And maybe they recently accused you of slacking, or they tried to take over a team project and make you work twice as hard while trying to intimidate you with criticism. Yeah, if you recently presented a good idea or were given an opportunity at school or work, this person was upset. You guys could really be, again, the stylish one in the office as well. That's why they stare. It's given the boomer in the office sees the up-and-coming Gen Z new hire who has plenty to give but doesn't buy into the whole boomer mindset of grinding into the grave. Gen Z, we got that silent quitting thing, the heavy work-life balance thing going on, because they're not going to stress us out. Every day they try to end the world. I'm not stressing over some raggedy job. That really could be you. And this older person, ooh, especially if you're a black girl, mama, you know how the racist boomers get. They can't stand to see you coming in looking polished, attractive, and competent without running your spirit into the ground. Girl, just angry, bitter, angry, and hateful, and mad because they ran their whole mind, spirit, body, and career into the ground, probably working pennies to get the retirement or the promotion or the whatever they've wanted, or just the recognition. And they, on top of that, learn to do that in their personal life outside of work, and they have gotten nothing in return at their big age. And then look at you coming in. You're authentic, you're yourself. You know when and how to put in effort and energy to get a result, and that pisses them off because to them it looks like it comes so easy to you. And you didn't put in the time, you didn't put in the blood, sweat, and tears. Why do you need to suffer? Yeah. So if it's a coworker or a classmate, watch them come in one day and just look dead. Shit, if they knew it was coming or good for them, they would just keep their ass at home. Don't nobody want them to, I'm sure every time someone sees them come in the office or something, like, don't nobody, it's just the whole mood goes down. Just keep that energy away. But that's what I got for you, pile 2. Let me know what you think in the comments, bro. Bye. All right, what's up, pile 3? For your reading, we have Hungry Beast, 10 of Swords, Viral Video Star, and 6 of Wands reversed. And we also have the Tulip tea leaf saying Great Passion. Pile 3, I think your enemy out of all the piles will get the most devastating karma this week or sometime soon. And the reason why I say sometime soon is because, again, because honestly for you, of course I said to the other piles, not all predictions are going to be exactly on time, right? Sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't. But for your particular pile with this enemy that you're thinking about here, the beginning of this could happen this week, but the realization of it happening could come later and feel more devastating then. So there could be an actual beginning to it or build up this week, but then the actual outcome may be seen later or experienced by your person, if that makes sense. And sorry, I don't mean to say your person, because they're not your person. You hate this motherfucker's gut. So yeah, I don't mean to say your person, because this is your enemy, not your person. Anyway, pile 3. I think your enemy is going to have an idea or their work stolen and claimed by someone else they trusted. And if it's not someone stealing their idea, I just think that they'll find that someone has thought of the same idea, implemented it, and is already getting recognition for it, while your enemy was being too lazy and insecure to take action for themselves. But I really think the situation they'll be dealing with is the former instead of the latter. I think there is another person around them who they confided in with this idea. Maybe they work together, maybe they're in similar industries or share a similar passion. This person is their snake. That person to them is as they are to you. They're going to suck up all of this person's creative ideas and implement them for themselves. And we could be dealing with a combination of both scenarios as well, where your enemy has an adversary of their own who is planning to steal from them and take advantage of the fact that your enemy is too exhausted or insecure to make that idea a reality. With the 10 of Swords, I keep hearing, I don't have time. I don't have enough time. That could be your enemy's main excuse. They don't have enough time, energy, or resources to do this thing. And hell, this dream stealer around them could be agreeing, to buy time for themselves. Yeah, you're right. You work so hard. There's no way you can work your 9 to 5 right now and keep up with a YouTube or something. This thief is actively distorting your enemy's logic right now. And they're doing it while simultaneously feeding off of this person's ideas and energy. It's safe to say that your enemy is going to get hit with a double whammy. They're going to feel like they lost a dream or an opportunity and get hit with the betrayal of another, someone they've trusted. It will be very scandalous in their personal life. And I have to say, it feels like for the majority of you, this enemy and their disloyal friend feel like they're both men, if not just both very masculine. Take that as it resonates. Hold on, y'all. My cat keeps scratching at his bowl. My cat always feels like he needs to bury his food. Anyway, back to it. This idea of this enemy of yours could be for content on a platform. Maybe they want to be a streamer. They have a unique idea for streaming, TikTok, or as mentioned earlier, YouTube. And while your enemy is incredibly passionate about this project, the odds aren't really in their favor, because I do feel like they may have to divide their time for certain obligations, but they aren't working smart, they're working hard, therefore exasperating this sense of poor timing to put this idea into action. And this snake around them could also just convince them not to pursue this project because they're a hater as well. And they don't want them to get recognition, or this snake around them could also just convince them to not pursue this project or idea because they're a hater as well. They don't want them to get recognition. And your enemy is easily influenced enough by this person, I think. This enemy of theirs could invalidate their idea or make it seem childish and trivial. And yet, they'll find another person doing something similar, if not exactly what they thought of, and it will feel like death by 1,000 cuts. So your enemy could realize this person in a way too is maybe like a narcissist, trying to make them codependent upon, them, while also putting your enemy down. It's all very messy. It could all just be happening all at once, so, this person, the enemy of your enemy, could also have known, they both could have known each other for a long time. Or this pursuit could be tied to some childhood memories and dreams for your enemy, but now it's in the hands of someone else, and they'll be forced to watch someone else claim the spotlight for it. If this is a content creator beef, they may try to say something, but I think the other person's followers are ignorant enough to take the thief's side and accuse your enemy of clout chasing and lying. You know what? This could be that a friend of theirs steals their partner or love interest too. Yeah. Either way, a dream is in the process of being crushed. High key for us, low key for them, Back to that narcissism thing though, like, I don't know, the energy's all like messy, or not messy, but it's just like all muddled in together. Regardless of whether or not this person, because I mean, look at the hungry beast here, like someone in this energy, and I think it's that other enemy, the enemy of your enemy. Like, I think that person is a black hole for whatever ideas, beliefs, hopes, dreams, or wishes that your enemy has. And like, they're gonna take them, swallow them, and whether or not, if it's the idea itself, it's the energy, and your enemy is gonna realize, like, oh crap, like this person, it can really just be as simple as energy vampirism in a way too, or like this person, there you go. This enemy is gonna end up getting destiny swapped with somebody else, someone they weren't even in, like, when it comes to like low vibrational crappy behavior, like that person was not even in the same league. They got, it's like, again, another layer of karma, because here they are probably being an a-hole to you, therefore making them your enemy, and they didn't even realize, like mama, a girl behind you, like you, how funny you over here treating other people poorly or messing with other people, and you got a bigger monster that you need to worry about. I mean, that hungry beast card be scaring me sometimes if I look at it too long. So regardless, whether this trusted individual is a narcissist themselves, or they're just like grimy, your person is gonna feel like the earth just like they're probably gonna wish the earth swallowed them up, because especially too with that viral video star, like they're probably gonna see something online on their on their phone or something, or walk into work or somewhere, and they're gonna see like, oh snap, like that's my idea, that's my work, I talked to this person about that, or this person has been telling me for the longest, like, I probably should just like chill and not do it. I'm probably not there yet, or I don't have the skill yet. And then they're going to see some random person online with the same idea, similar flow, style, or whatever. And they're going to feel crushed. They're going to feel crushed for sure. So let me see real quick why this person is your enemy. Okay, so I got the Empress and Eight of Pentacles reversed. Huh. Interesting. This person could have put you in your head over your talents, skills, and work. They could have gone out of their way to make you feel insecure, or picked at your, they picked at your confidence. They pushed you to abandon a craft, a project, or a job you were passionate about. Low-key for someone here, this could low-key, like, honestly, this could be your mom. This could for real be somebody's mom, because there is really an energy of narcissism to this as well. Because you have to be like, think about it, right? You have to be real low down to play in somebody's face, listen to their hopes, wishes, and dreams, take notes, smile back in their face, go and do that thing, and you not even tell them about it. Like, I know that person is going to feel some kind of twisted satisfaction when they realize that person sees them on the pedestal that they've been like begging and aching for in their life. That's some real grimy behavior. But for some of y'all, this is your mom, like, again, like your mom getting her karma. She's getting her karma, You put your child down because it could be that classic case of envy at their own child, or they want you to be codependent on them. And then look, they can't even do nothing for themselves. Regardless, it's giving that this enemy really went out of their way to put you down, especially if you're in a creative field. They went out of their way to coerce you to pick maybe like a different path because they themselves were insecure. Maybe they felt a little threatened. The thing is here, I think you went ahead and moved on. Not because you gave up. Like, I hope you didn't. But because you knew you deserved better, or you just knew that, you weren't going to thrive. This, like, it's giving, example that comes to mind, like, this is giving, again, I keep getting, like, a creative field, but this could be whatever. Take it as it resonates, right? Like, apply it to your life as needed. It's giving, say you were in, like, some art program or school or something like that, right? And you had a mentor or a teacher that was supposed to lead you, guide you, mentor you, help you learn, but they for some reason just didn't like you, or they felt threatened, or because they were insecure. I had a math teacher like that in college. I realized, I was like, oh, it's because you're insecure. I suck in math. I for sure do. So I mean, I ain't gonna blame her there, but the way she treated me, it was just terrible. But anyway, back to you. Could be the same thing. It's just like this person kept trying to drill in your head that you weren't good enough. Why are you here? You can't do any better. And instead of internalizing that and feeling down, I mean, this person, that was their goal, to make you feel indecisive because they didn't want you to progress. You just told yourself, look, I just got to transfer. Like, this is not the right environment for me. And now look what's happening. They're not necessarily going to get someone telling them or beating down on them about those things, right? Or using those same tactics. No, they just have a snake in the grass. This person smiles in their face and validates them and everything while writing their own original thoughts and ideas down. Yeah, this person steps on their neck to get a one up. And it's going to be scandalous in their personal life, or specifically their social circle, because again, I think this person is a close friend of this individual. These people are close, and it's going to suck. And the thing is too, is I really think, regardless of if this is like somebody, two people with following beefing, or just two regular schmegler people in a environment or an industry or a craft or something, a hobby, who cares, right? If they're just normal people, again, all their friends that they have or their mutuals, they're gonna side with this person that stole their idea. Like, people don't fuck with them. So yeah, that's what I have for you, pile 3. Let me know how you feel in the comments. I'll see y'all later. Bye.